Hey everybody, Patty Ann here again. Today I'm going to show you how to do the same thing I showed yesterday with my Silhouette or my Cameo machine, how to do the same thing in your Cricut software. So again, this is using something that I like on Peloton. I don't have the bike, I have the app, and I use that for my exercise program. I like to exercise, you know. I am elderly. Shh, don't tell anybody. I mean, like, really elderly. Anyway, so I'm trying not to get like so decrepit I can't hardly move, right? But anyway, I use the Peloton app, and one of the people that I like to watch is Christine, and I showed her yesterday on yesterday's video. And this is a slogan that she says at the beginning or throughout her videos a lot of times, and I really like it. I'm just making this for myself. I'm just using it for a demonstration for you. She sells these things. She has necklaces that she sells. Go to Peloton.com and look for Christine, and you'll see it there. Or you can even just do a search for I am, I can, I will, I do, and you'll find her. So anyway, let's get busy with Cricut. Okay, here we are in Cricut, and I've already just opened up this picture just so that you could see, again, the text that we're going to do. So the only thing I'm going to do is come over here to the left-hand side to the text tool and click on that, and then that opens this box down in the lower left. I'm going to put on my caps lock. I'm going to type in I space am, and that hit enter so I can go to the next line. I space can, enter. I space will, enter. I space do, enter. Okay, so that's my text that I want to use. Now I don't want it in this font, which is Cricut Sans, which is free. I'm going to change that to a different font, and I'm going to use the same font that I used in my Cameo or my portrait. So I'm going to down here. I don't have Cricut Access anymore since I use my Silhouette software mostly for my Cricut machine. I don't have Access anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and do a search for chunk. Chunk, U-N-K. And it should come right up when I hit enter, and there it is. It's the Chunk 5, and that's the one that I said that I had gotten from dafont.com, so I'm going to click on that. And that changed all of that into Chunk 5, which is exactly what I wanted. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit differently here on in Cricut than I had done over in Silhouette. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and ungroup it, or I can come up here to the right and ungroup everything. Then if I want to, I can go through each of these. Now notice each individual letter is ungrouped right now. I want the lines to stay grouped, so I'm just going to group each line individually. So I highlight it all and then say group. Highlight it all and say group. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here and highlight everything and come up here to the align tool and make sure that everything is aligned left, and it's perfect like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see how wide this is, and then I'll make everything the same width as this. So if I click on this, you can see that the width is 3.502. I'm going to change that to 3.5 period. Okay, there it is. All right, so the width of that is 3.5. So I'm going to come up here to the first one here, and I think I'll unlock the lock and see what happens. And I'm going to change this to 3.5 and hit enter. Okay, so that's the same width. Okay, let's make this one the same width, 3.5, again with the lock locked. And this one should still be 3.5. And this one I'm going to make 3.5. 3.5, enter. All right. So I can leave it like that if I want to. And that's kind of cool like that, right? But another way that I could do that, and I should have made a duplicate of this first. But another thing that I could do, well, let's move these a little closer. That, like that. And I'll move this one way up like this. So now what I'm going to do is I want them equally spaced. So I can highlight all of this, come up here to the align tool, and I'm going to distribute vertically. So that's going to make it so it's the same up and down. Same amount between each one. And I actually kind of like that. Let's just make it a little closer. So again, what I'll do first is, obviously I got these off of the align left, so I'm going to come up here to align left. And then I'm going to say align vertically. And now they're perfect, just like that. And you know, I really like these like this. I could leave them, right? I'm going to go ahead and group it. And I want to check, how big is it? Well, we know it's only 3.5 inches wide because that's what I made it. And I want it to be 7 inches wide. So I'm going to change this to a 7 with the locked and hit enter. And then that's what it's going to look like. I think I will ungroup it one more time though. And even make these a little closer together yet. So again, since I didn't use my arrow key, I am going to go ahead and make sure that they're aligned left. And then I'm going to align them vertically. Okay, that didn't work very well. Align left and align vertically. Distribute vertically. How about this? Align left and align vertically. There we go. Okay, I didn't really want them that far apart. So let's see. I wonder if I can come over here. I really don't want them that far apart. So once again, I'm going to align these left and align vertically. Or distribute, I'm sorry, distribute vertically. There we go, that's what I wanted. Although that doesn't really look like that's vertically aligned with this. So I'm going to move this up a little bit with my arrow key. Whoop, not that far. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and group this. All right, so that's one way that it could be done. Let's see what width it is still. Is it about 7? Yep. So what I can do now is I'll just do one more way. No, I think this is good enough. So all I would need to do now, for those of you who are doing Cricut, you can putz with this if you want to. You could make these different, but I'm happy with how this looks. So I'm just going to say make it, but I'm forgetting a step, and I'll show you what I mean. When I go make it, okay, we don't need that in there, but look what's going to happen on the black layer of the vinyl. Okay, that's messed up. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of this. And I can either delete it or I can just hide it. This still won't fix the black though, right? Because all these letters are just willy-nilly on here. So let's cancel that. And now what I need to do is I need to come down here and attach these so they'll stay exactly where I want them to be. And then I can say make it. And then on my black vinyl, it will be perfect just like this. Now, at this point now on my Cricut machine, what I would do is I would say mirror it so that it's a mirrored because I'm using HTV, and then I would say continue. And here I would have to have on my machine. I'm turning it on, and once I have it on and it's recognized, I'll set my material to flock, and I believe there is a setting for flock. Let's see. Gonna search F-L-O-C-K. Yep. Oh, flocked paper. Oh. So what I think I've used in the past is HTV glitter, maybe. Glitter iron-on. I think that's what I've used in the past. Done. So what I would probably do now is to go ahead and do a test. Now, how would I do that on my Cricut machine? Well, let me show you. I'm going to cancel this. Yes. I'm going to cancel this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the shape tool, and I'm just going to draw out a little star, and I'm going to change its color to gray. And then I'm going to say make it. And notice what's going to cut first, my little gray star, right? So I'm going to continue. And I'm going to have that up in the upper left-hand corner of my mat. And I'm going to try what I said, which was HTV iron-on. I was doing glitter iron-on. I think that's the best that we have here. Yeah, I'll use glitter iron-on. Done. So what I would do now is I would just use this just as it is and go ahead and cut out that star and see how well it does. If it does well, then I would go next to this and I would do this next. However, I would want to cancel this. Let's say we're going to do this one next. I would go ahead and move this over a little bit like this because, as you know, my star was cut right there. So then I would say continue. I would check the glitter vinyl and test it on this one. And if it worked out well, then I would go to this one. And as you can see now, it is put where I want it to be placed after I've done my testing. So that's how easy it is to do testing before you cut and ruin a whole sheet of vinyl with your Cricut machine. So I hope this helps you guys. And if you want to see me again use my heat press, stay tuned. Thanks a lot for joining me. I hope if you like this Cricut video, you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe, hit the bell, and comment below. Thanks a lot. Bye. Okay, as you may be able to see, I've done a little prep work on this t-shirt. I went ahead and found the middle of the V, folded it in half, and made a little bit of a line with my heat press. And then I stuck in one of these pads that I like to use from Heat Press Nation. You can see it right here. Because this V-neck is pretty thick right there, and it might mess up how well it adheres to the shirt. I've also gone ahead and, well, what I like about this particular press is that comes out like that. And I went ahead and gave it a little press to get rid of some of the moisture that's already in there. You remember, this is an old t-shirt, and I'll bring it back up. So I've got my heat press set up to 320 degrees. And I'm going to do this for 10 to 15 seconds. And this is according to a little chart that I got from TRW, the Rhinestone World. Has rhinestone information on this side and heat transfer vinyl on this side. So then the next thing I'm going to do, pull this back out. Hopefully you can still see. I'm going to take my little handy dandy marker and I'm going to line this up with that line that I made on here. Now, unfortunately, I just ironed on it again to demonstrate, and I kind of got rid of it. Hopefully this is lined up well. But I would line this up with that center line that I ironed or pressed right here, and this is lined up with the center of the V. And then I can take this piece that I've already weeded. You saw me cutting it before, and I'm going to place it down here right on top. Oh, I would fold this in half first to kind of get the middle of this, give it a squeeze, and then line that up on top of this like that. Hopefully my center line didn't get messed up. So then I would take this out and I'm ready to go. So I'll just press this under here, bring my press back, and I'm going to do this for, let's say, what did I say, 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, let's go. So ready? Okay, time should be up. And so we'll take this out. And this type of vinyl, this is the older strip flock. This one is a cold peel. So I'm going to let this get a little bit cold first before I attempt to peel it. Right now it's very, very hot. I could actually probably take this middle piece out now. This is the foam pad that I like to use. Notice I used it when I was making a mask once and forgot to put the protective paper on it. It was Sublimation. And it comes in all different kind of sizes. I have this link down below for you. This one's nice for shirts. There's one that goes in your sleeve. It's really kind of cool. So this isn't cold yet. It looks like it's going to work perfectly. So what I'm going to do is turn off my heat press now, because it's going over top of my little easy press. This is looking pretty good. All right, let's see what we got. So you want to pull it off at an angle. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I've already done my exercising today on my stationary bike, but I will wear this tomorrow when I do it. Now, if you wanted to, you could come back and put a piece of silicone on top of here and just give it one more final little press. Of course, if you're using an easy press, it is recommended that you do that. And that is that. And I think it turned out super cute. I am, I can, I will, I do. Okay, just thought I'd get on here and show you the finished product. I really like how it turned out. As I said, I love flock. I hope you'll try something like this. If you do, let me know in the comments down below, or certainly join our Facebook groups. Thanks again for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and comment. I love to read y'all's comments. So again, thanks a lot.